Well, I hope your year is off to a great start, as ours is. Today I have sitting with me Romilly, my fiance, and we're just going to do this quick, fun video. Not really anything academic, but we're just going to talk about what we're planning to read this year. Hopefully we'll be reading this year. And we'd love to hear from you in the comment section down below. What are you reading this year? But I guess we're just going to go back and forth. So I'll start us off by saying that I'm hoping to study church history this year. I haven't done a lot with church history, and so I'm starting with Volume 1 of Philip Schaff's The History of the Christian Church, which I started in December, so I already have a head start, but hopefully I'll be making my way through all 7 of those volumes this year.
I'm hoping to get through some biographies, missionary biographies that I acquired last spring at Banner of Truth and just did not get to read. So I've got the autobiography of John G. Peyton, and I also have a memoir about Alexander Moody Stewart. I started the Peyton one over the summer, but then what with traveling and stuff, I never got around to finishing it. So I really would like to get through both of those this year.
Nice. A couple of years ago, I guess 2021, I read John Witherspoon. And I'm planning to reread John Witherspoon. Again, I started that in December, so I just got too excited and started rereading. But picking up in Volume 2, where he begins his sermons on sin and the gospel. And I'm very excited about rereading Witherspoon. He's one of my favorites. So... Up there.
Yeah, see, I have written on my list that I was going to read Domestic Duties Considered by William J. But seeing as I was borrowing that from your library, I had to finish it. So that is already done. One checked off the list already.
Nice. I also, Romilly got me Beake's Reformed Systematic Theology. And I got to, I guess that's the part 2 in the first volume, which is the existence and attributes of God. And I spent a year and a half previously studying the existence and attributes of God with Stephen Charnock. So I kind of thought that was a stopping point and start doing church history instead. But if I finish church history before the end of the year, which is not entirely likely, but I'd also like to pick up where I left off with Beake and continue reading his Reformed Systematic Theology.
Speaking of systematic theology, I've been reading Berkhoff I say reading. I've been thinking about reading Berkhoff for the greater part of a year and a half now. And I really would like to finish that this year, considering, that's kind of what our relationship is built on to some extent. It feels deceptive to not have read it. But yeah, definitely.
A story for another time.
Definitely hoping to get that done this year. It's just chunky. It takes a while.
Yeah. Took me 6 months.
It's taken me longer than that.
Well, that was daily reading, though.
Yeah, no, I've only picked it up between things.
Nice.
I haven't read it consistently.
Another thing I picked up this year was Beake's Puritan set with Mark Jones, and that's also up here somewhere. If I have time, and I don't think this will be very likely, especially if I'm doing Schaff, Witherspoon, and the Reformed Systematic by Beake. But I'd love to dive into the Puritan, what is it called? The Puritan theology, another systematic theology built on quotations and citations of Puritan writings, which is a very, very cool concept, and I think that would be a lot of fun. So if there's time left in the year, that's where I'll be headed next.
Depending how much reading time I actually have, I'm hoping to get through C.S. Lewis's Space Trilogy again, because I was given my own copy for Christmas, and it feels wrong not to have reread it, and it's been a few years. You should read those too.
I'm working on it. That's on my 2030 list.
Okay, that's comforting.
Behind me here, I have a stack of books that I'm hoping to review. Most of them I haven't read. Some of those are some books on revival. I'm hoping to do a series on revival. The Doctrine and Practice of Holiness by Hulse. And a couple of Bonhoeffer books. I haven't read any Bonhoeffer. I have a stack of them behind me here.
I love Bonhoeffer.
Yeah, I know. But hopefully we'll do like a mini-series of Bonhoeffer works, and that will be coming sometime this year. Maybe. We'll see, Lord willing.
I am also hoping to read Christianity and Liberalism by Machen. Is that?
Yeah, Machen.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had not heard of that until he recommended it, but I picked up a copy also sometime over the summer, and I have not had as much time for reading as I would have liked.
Yeah.
But definitely, maybe over the summer.
Yeah.
I want to get through that.
That would be good.
I have heard good things.
It's a good book. One final thing, I guess, on my list, I think I've read the first volume, but I have not read all 3 volumes, is the, was it Majesty and Misery by Spurgeon. And that, hopefully, I'll be reviewing around Easter time, which I think is the proper time to be reviewing that set. So that might be coming out also this year. So those will be on my list at some point later. Maybe. We'll see. There's not enough time in the year to read all the things on the list, but... Yeah. Anyway, do you have any others?
I have one more, which is Tolkien's Silmarillion, which I have begun too many times to admit. I'm a bit of a Tolkien nerd, but I have not read that because we don't own a copy.
Oh.
So I've had parts that I've read when I get out of the library, but it's really too long to get through unless you devote the 3 weeks to it.
The 3 weeks.
So right. I really would like to pick up a copy of that and read it.
Nice.
And that is all I have on my list.
That was also all I had on my list, because I didn't have a list. I was just, well, I mean, I know what I want to read.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's pretty much all we have. Of course, these books that we're talking about are things that we want to read outside of the Bible. We should be reading the Bible all the time. But what are you reading this year? We'd love to hear from you in the comment section down below. And I think that's all we have for today. Thanks, Romilly, for sitting down with me today.
My pleasure.
And Lord willing, I'll see you again very soon. God bless. Bye.